guys, they were talking about Orisa and her implementations to the live game, also mentioning the PTR changes that also went into the live game, but focusing on Orisa this first part of the video. Also the changes that I mentioned will not be discussed in a nuanced type of way because I already discussed them in my previous video anyways. Let's talk about Orisa. Today she got released in the live game, and with her nerf following along from the PTR, it's safe to assume that Blizzard is pretty confident in her being released that way. I feel that she was underpowered when she was released, and the nerf just made her worse. I never really got into a nuanced opinion or explanation of why I think so. In short, I think she was promoted as a anchor tank and ended up just being a supportish type tank. Her shield is not half as good as Ryan's, and Fortify really only protects her. The mini graviton could be helpful in some cases, but overall I think she will be fine-tuned and made better, just like Sombra, just like Anna was, just like every new character was. She's a newly released character, and as with Anna and Sombra, it will be a little bit of time before she will find her place in competitive. And on that note, she's also been disabled for a week in competitive so that players can get used to her in the live game and not test her out in competitive. Moving on to the patches that went live from the PTR. First is Anna. Her damage got reduced from 80 to 60, and that will, as I said in my last video, impact her when you're playing against Pharah and other squishy characters that can survive on 20 HP, and that 20 HP means a lot to them. It's not that drastic of a change, but it will raise her threshold of, skill needed to play her, and she will need more skill to be played, like I said. But besides that, I think the focus will be shifted towards her playing more support type than DPS, because she could play a DPS if you were really good, and it was hard to aim with her, but if you were really good you could have played with her as like a support slash DPS type character. And now I think that will not be the case, or it will be drastically harder to do that. Next up is Bastion, and this one is a quite weird one. His changes went live on console, and truth be told, I don't know why it took them so long to implement these changes, but nevertheless, people on console can now experience Bastion and his 20% less damage in Sentry mode. Basically, before this, it was 35%, and it was patched a long time ago on console. I'm not on console, on PC. I'm just not sure why they didn't patch this earlier. Maybe because they had some hardships with the consoles. I know that they reached out to Call of Duty developers when they were developing the game because they needed help with aim assist and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how much Blizzard is experienced with consoles in terms of this. So probably because of that, but I haven't found any articles connected to this. So yeah. Junkrat, he got his patch that I said in my last video will be 100% going to live game because it's not that big of a change. His unexplosives don't harm him, a nice change that will lead to some interesting uses of Junkrat in game, but I don't think he's going to be the next meta defining hero. Certainly there are going to be more Junkrat players, even though there are some now. When he is a nerf, technically he is buffed now. But really, I can't wait to see some interesting plays that are made in close range because he cannot be harmed with his unexplosives. But I don't think he's going to be, like I said, the next meta-defining hero. Obviously not. This is not like a huge patch that's going to propel him into fucking greatness. Sombra, one of the most impactful changes made in this patch is Sombra. She has gotten a huge buff that will make her viable more than she ever was. I will put it on the screen. I can't be asked to read it right now. I'm really tired. I'm trying to make this video, but the most important thing is from this patch is that you can use your translocator every 4 seconds. And if you're interested in my thoughts on this and more in-depth opinions, go to my previous video. I already mentioned this. In short, I think she's going to be still hard to play, and the threshold is still not like really low, like anyone can play Sombra. No, I still think you need some skill to play Sombra, but a good Sombra player can make a big impact now, and especially I can't wait to see how Cody plays her. Like Cody, I'm watching his streams now. It's awesome to see him play Sombra. Even before she was patched, it was awesome to see him play Sombra. Now I think he will just wreck, especially if you learn how to play Sombra. It will be a very good thing for you, and definitely a good character to have in your kit. But definitely just can't wait because this is like the most impactful change made in this patch. Winston, this is my personal favorite patch, and it's Winston's barrier cooldown. Now when he puts down his barrier, the countdown starts immediately, saving 5 seconds, I think. It simply makes him flow better. He will be able to engage more. It's a big plus for Winston players, including myself. I can't wait to see how much more fun it is to play him. In the PTR, it was very fun to play him. It was the best experience ever. I played him on the fence. In the last video, I think I played some gameplay of playing him on Numbani defense. It was the best thing ever. I stayed alive for so long. I just went in. My shield, I could use it more, and definitely could just engage more because I have my shield. And the shield is not this high value thing that you only throw down when you need to, because, you know, 13-second cooldown. It still has the same cooldown, but it starts cooling down sooner, technically kind of buffing it in the cooldown sense. Anyways, Zarya also got fixed for her bubble, which no longer protects her from knockback. This was, from my understanding, how it was supposed to be from the start, and they just fixed it. Not like a huge change, but definitely, you know, it's interesting to see it there. Zen has also gotten a buff which allows him to cool down quicker from his ult fire from 1 second to 0.6 seconds. It also may not sound like much, but it will mean a lot. In some cases it could mean life or death. He also does not have a randomness to his projectiles, which is going to make experienced Zen players more deadly, and overall a plus to Zen, and it puts him in a nice place. I can't wait to see Zen. Definitely was interesting because he was a big part of dive comp. Now he'll be more deadly, and I think experienced Zen players are just going to be very happy, just like I am happy with my Winston buff. Yay, Winston. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I am a little bit tired, that's why I started a little bit, but nevertheless I think you guys will enjoy this video, enjoy this patch, and I can't wait for you guys to just experience this in all of its greatness, all of these patches. I love you guys. I hope I can get this video out by today, if not by tomorrow. It's, I think, all the same, but I will see you guys later, and peace. Also, before I leave, I forgot to mention, if you like this video, make sure to like. If you dislike it, make sure to dislike. And peace.